So now all that's left is tweaking the visuals of the video. And instead of going to each one of these cut videos to add effects to them, we're going to make adjustment layers. And it's going to fill the whole entire video, making it easier for us to turn them on or off if we don't like them, or to tweak each one instead of tweaking each one of these films. So on the letterbox adjustment layer, I want to right click on it and click on rename, so I know which adjustment layers are what. We're going to write letterbox on this one. Make sure you spell it correctly and click OK. Go to your projects bin and scroll down until you see your adjustment layer, and let's drag it onto the timeline and drag it all the way to the left, and then make it span all the way across the video. If you don't have an adjustments layer down here, make the project box bigger. Click on this little square here saying new item, click on adjustment layer, and then click OK. And then you will create a new adjustment layer. So for now, I'm going to make this smaller over here so I can just focus on this area right here. So on this adjustment layer, I'm going to add a blur to it. I'm going to rename it blur. I'm going to go to my effects on the top right. If you don't see that, click on Window, Workspaces, Effects, right? Blur, and we're going to use Gaussian blur. When you start working with Photoshop and other softwares, Gaussian blur is going to be the blur that you're going to go to. Double click on it while you're selecting the blur adjustment layer. There we go. And it will pop up over here in the effects panel. We're only going to blur this about 3%, but I want you to see what it does if you blur it. Look at that. We're only going to do 3 and then press return. Just want a little bit of a blur. All right, let's get an adjustment layer, make another one, span it across the video. We're going to rename this one channel blur. Come up to the top up here and write in channel, and channel blur pops up right here. Double click on that and you'll see it pop up over here. We're going to go with a 20 for the red blurriness. Press return. Now it looks a little strange. Let's click on the color blend mode and click on lighten. Now that looks a little bit better. Let's save so far, Command S. Let's make another adjustment layer. Let's put it to the top up here. Let's rename this one and we're going to name it noise. Go up to the top, write in noise, and where it says noise and grain right here, double click on it and it pops up over here. You can take the amount to the right to see how that gets really grainy with noise. We're going to uncheck use color noise, and we're going to bring this amount down to 10 and press return. And then color blend mode, we'll click on lighten. All right, one more adjustment layer and we'll be done with the adjustment layers. We're going to write on this one, rename it Lumetri color and press return. We do something a little different on this one. We're going to click on Window, Workspaces, Color. This might pop up. Just click on Effects Control here. Let's close the basic corrections. Click on Creative. Click on the drop down here where it says Look. Let's try this one here, Fuji Eterna 250D Kodak. Let's click on that. Now you can play around with the intensity and all kinds of fun stuff here. You can bring the intensity back a little bit, and I think this is a little too yellow reddish. I'm going to close the creative and open up the basic corrections. I'm going to take the temperature to the left a little bit to make it kind of bluish. I'm going to take the contrast out a little bit, bring the whites up a little bit, and bring the shadows in just a little bit. Okay, I'm liking that. You can turn off the eye on that to see the before and the after. You could turn the eyes off on all of your adjustment layers to see the before and the after. Let's turn them back on again. There we go. This lesson will continue in the next video.